Iftar Mubarak, guys. May Allah accept it all from us. Ameen. On today's episode of our series Good Character, we are still continuing with weeding the grass. And today, one way we want to look at to weed the grass is to use the stones wisely. That is, you should use whatever negativity that has been thrown onto you by people, by the universe, to your advantage. Use the criticisms, use the insults, the hurt, the betrayal, and everything that has put you down to your advantage. Yes, you can actually use it to your advantage, just as many other great people have used it to build themselves to what they are now that we even admire. All this while we have been talking about doing away with negativity, we have been focusing on what people do to us. But apart from people, negativity also comes from the environment. Sometimes you have your life all planned out to a particular direction, you're already working on your goals, and even the people around you are supporting you. But the only negative thing you got from this came from the environment. And all of a sudden, the whole world is being shut down and there is COVID-19. All of a sudden, there is a war in your country. All of a sudden, someone got into an accident in your family and you have to be the one to go and take care of them, and you end up spending like a year in the hospital. If you look at things like that with one lens, you would say life is unfair. But if you put on another lens, you would say this is a gift. As much as it is uncomfortable, it is sure a gift that gives you even an upper hand. The people that grew up and were born with a silver spoon, are they the ones that are ruling the world now? Just look through the world. Elon Musk and the rest. Was he born with a silver spoon? How comes he is the richest man on earth now? Despite the disadvantage, the bullying when he was little and all that, how did he make it to the top? When the children of billionaires and millionaires still exist and their parents still exist, how did they do it? How did all these self-made people make themselves and reach up there? It's because they have used what is meant to be for their disadvantage to their advantage. See, everything that you think is negative is actually a blessing to you. Have you seen that? All these people that grew up in poverty are the ones that are much more motivated to go to the cities to go and do things. Well, I never thought like there's a particular place I would not like to live. In fact, I love all those villages. I just love to be anywhere. I've always dreamt of living in a state capital and all that. When people say, oh, you that is in Abuja, what would you go and do elsewhere? I always dream of going there because I just love it. I admire the little things in life. But now I'm beginning to understand, okay, because I used to think like, how would you leave a comfortable hut in your village and come to this place? Like even in the city, you are suffering. Like, why would you leave that place and come here? I used to really think of that. And I used to think, these people, are they really thinking well? You leave a village where there's cool breeze, free fruits and all that, to come to the city to sleep under the bridge, to have such a wretched life. Like, what are you looking for? Aren't you happy there? Because whenever you go to the village, I'm so happy in the village. But now I understand, like, there's more to that, you know? Those people, there's more opportunity here. And all this while that I have been thinking that way is because I just had everything at my disposal. I didn't need to work for anything. I've never worked for anything. And things just fall on my laps. Now that I'm beginning to work for something, I'm now understanding things better. So if you even naturally find yourself in a difficulty I think it's now up to you to just use it to your advantage. Don't just sit down there. You see, even all those poor people, some of them make it, some of them don't make it. And it's because some of them just sit down, complain, and just gossip about rich people, say they are evil, do this, do that, and then they just lost themselves there. And some of them are just naturally lazy, and some of them, they ain't even lazy, they're very hardworking, but they just love that type of life. But some of them that aspire to do something about it because they don't like their situation actually find themselves doing something about it, and they end up becoming people. So make sure you use whatever is meant for your harm to your advantage. As much as our loved ones are good in our lives, they are much needed. Even our enemies are much needed, because they are the ones that always point out our flaws. Sometimes they do that out of meanness. Sometimes they do that because they want to crush us, they're jealous. And sometimes they just do that out of habit. And we would never have known about it had they not said it. Unlike our loved ones that would always praise us no matter what, they wouldn't want to say anything that would hurt us or make us feel down. So as much as the positives are good, the negatives are also good. You simply have to be open-minded and channel your energy to what benefits you, and that is how you would be able to use those stones, all those negativities thrown at you, use them to build yourself. I can't tell you how many times I have used information that I overhear about me from people randomly that I have used to upgrade my life. I'm sure I wouldn't even be here if some of these things did not happen to me. Instead of whining and complaining about what happened, what did not happen, even what you should have done, what you shouldn't have done, except if you are rehearsing for next time, okay, this is the measure I would take, but you dwelling on, oh, I would have even done this, oh, I would have done that, oh, this person did this. And it's natural for you to feel all this initially. Do it, but don't dwell on it too long. Get yourself together and use all that to make sure something good comes out of it. One of the things I use that makes me feel very good about myself no matter what is, if something happens bad, I must look for a way to bring forth something positive from that experience. That way now my heart will feel at rest to say, okay, I wasn't cheated all the way anyways, something came out of this. You get? So if you do this, you would build a very good life full of positivities despite the stones being thrown at you by life. So make sure you subscribe to this channel, like this video, share it with people, and I will see you tomorrow, inshallah. Love you. Peace.